Yeah. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday. Look, girl, I hate Sunday. Sometimes I be thinking about Monday.
I know, Sunday comes so
I
fast.
know, goodness.
It
And
comes so fast.
it go away just as quickly, girl. I feel
Mhm.
like I
It's
haven't
so
did
funny
nothing.
that same thought as I was, because we talked earlier, right? And
Uh,
remember I told you I said I'm putting these few rib tips on the grill. So I did that. I grilled some chicken I had out. So I grilled that and got up here laid on the couch and turned on a program on Netflix. And I'm like, okay, I got a little time to take a nap, but I didn't fall asleep. And then by the time I'm getting ready to feel like I'm sleepy, I look at the time. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to fall asleep now because like
girl, it's like that. I spent the whole day not doing nothing really. Trying to put things together and get my mind mentally ready for tomorrow because I got
Mhm,
some of the kids will be school is out tomorrow. So then I'll have
mhm.
I think my grandkids they may be coming. She said she don't know what time she's going to work. I'm like, God. So I said mentally get my room together over here because I'm tired of my grandson sleeping in his like boxes everywhere. That's how I wanted to fall on them and hang up all these clothes and stuff. So that's that. And then trying to get ready for tonight. I want to see what they're
Yeah.
gonna be doing tonight on Roa and with the season premiere
Well, you
of
know,
Married to Medicine.
I don't know if anybody else picked up on it, but I know like after that first episode, I don't know if Kenya's name was actually trending or not because I didn't hashtag her or anything, and I didn't go look it up. However, this is what I do want to say that I noticed is as we're seeing clips for upcoming episodes, we don't see any that include Kenya. I'm really interested to see. I want to see the thread that they give her because I feel like after the first episode, as far as what her participation is going to be in the season, or up until that incident at her salon, um, I'm interested to see. Oh, excuse me. From the first episode, we can at least tell that they cut her out quite a bit. Like, I
Mm.
really think she was supposed to have more in there, um, but they cut her out. So again, I'm interested to see how they piece her in, because I'm sure for us to get to the part where we at her salon, we need to
I
know
wonder if
why.
they're gonna. You think they're gonna do that? Take it
Well,
because seems
you
like
I guess we just have to wait and see because just because they played it in the trailer doesn't necessarily mean it will play out in the season. So you're right. Like we just really have to wait and see it. But like I said, I have noticed that we don't see any little droppings of Kenya coming up. I mean, doesn't mean she not, but they have seemed to phase her out quite a deal.
yeah, even
Mm,
to the point where she had no no confessional time or nothing,
nothing.
and then they didn't even like seems like each one of them. Well, the main cast, anyways, had like an introduction to whatever was going on with them. She didn't have that either.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
we can see that they have cut her, and like I said, just like from the recap, go back and watch it if y'all didn't watch it. Um, like I said, she's like a ghost, like you hear her voice, but they don't show her speaking. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but we got some stuff on them too. So I want to talk about some of the things that's going on with them probably towards the end, so we can discuss it as we get ready to lead into watching Roa this evening.
Okay.
But let's start off. Let's get the grim stuff out the way, and then we work our way to lighter moments. So I'm gonna go over here, and we're gonna discuss about Gene Hackman's that left $80 million to his wife, and then the wife he left to his wife. You know, she died before he did, and the money is supposed to go to charity instead of his children. So there's $80 million at stake here. And what happened was Gene Hackman, he was 95. And I guess they said he died from, what does it say?
I believe I thought it was heart disease. I can't read.
From some kind of disease you get from rat droppings or mouse droppings.
Yeah, that's what she supposedly passed from. And I guess apparently she passed a couple days before he did.
Yes, they said about a week or so.
And I'm guessing because he had Alzheimer's, yeah, is why he probably didn't know that she had passed away. And I mean, you know, I think we have enough of a problem with people getting into other people's business, so to speak. You know, like we are here because we in everybody's business. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, you know, as far as personal choices and things like that go, you know, I know some of us probably feel $80 million is a lot of money to not pass on to your children, you know, but who knows what the reasons are behind that. If there's any that would be sufficing to anybody to say, oh, okay, well, I understand. I think at the end of the day, the way I see it is it was his money. Yeah. And I guess he's able to do with it as he see fit. And hopefully that happens for him, I guess. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, like, yeah. Am I going to leave what I have to my children? Yeah. But am I able to say what everybody else should do? No. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe you feel like you got some stars. And I think I agree with this. You hear conversations about, you know, like what their children has access to, being the children of somebody who's famous, who is in entertainment, who's making a lot of money. And I think it was Shaq. I think that was the last person I remember commenting about his kids, you know, having to work for their own money. Like that he doesn't give them anything. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it. I think that is okay. You know, you are the one that worked for your money. And I think it's okay if there's a healthy way to have your kids acknowledge that if they want the same thing that you are able to have and give, that they have to
work for it,
work as hard as well. Yeah. And not just because they were born into it. I don't know, you know, but we tend to look at these things a little differently, you know, because we throw around that term of generational wealth that a lot. But again, them being the age that they are, being in the home for the time frame they were with no one checking on them, I think I understand why the kids ain't getting no money.
Yeah, the kids wasn't around.
Yeah, like right. And I guess for damn sure we ain't heard none of them come out and say anything, so they surely don't seem to be looking for it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they got 3 kids, right?
Yeah, 3 kids, and
ain't nobody gave us no statement from nan one of them, so they clearly seem to be all right, or maybe they already knew. Like I said, they don't seem to be looking for it.
Hell yeah.
At this point, anyway, I guess future will tell.
Yeah. That's just like, but when you said it's his money, he should be able to do what he want to do with it. Mm-hmm. I feel like the same thing should happen with Wendy Williams.
Well, the thing with Wendy Williams, I think there's layers with Wendy Williams. And it's a lot like when we have conversations surrounding what's going on with her, I think it's important for us to remember like we're not healthcare professionals that deal with certain things that she may be facing. I do, it's funny. So I watch a show called Shameless, and Shameless had its last season a few years back.
That was my show.
Okay, so so they had that final season, and it's been a few years now. At the time when they did the final season, Frank, the dad, ends up passing away during that season, and it shouldn't be a spoiler because if you ain't seen it by now, you were trying to see it. He ends up passing away, but part of his decline, where as he goes to passing away, he gets diagnosed with alcoholic dementia. That was the first time I had ever heard that. I remember going back and seeing Wendy Williams. That it's funny because I don't have the same YouTube page, so I can't even go back and grab those videos. But at this point, we've had about 3 separate documentaries for Wendy Williams. The first one came to be when she was perfectly fine, or at least to our knowledge, right? Yeah. She was, it was her documentary. She was involved in it. Her health did not seem to be in question. I think she had already maybe passed out on the show or so. But anyhow, because I think during that documentary, we found out more about her lymphedema and her thyroid, because that is what she told us was the issue with her passing out on Wendy Williams on the show. Anyhow, so I remember doing that during that particular documentary, and that had to be about 2021, because I remember we were kind of coming out the pandemic. It was somewhere in there. And so I said it, I kind of said it then, like, well, there is something wrong with Wendy. Like, whether she wants to admit it or not, as far as her alcoholism, drug use, if that allegedly, because that's what I took from the documentary, is that she was giving us her story, and she was giving it to us the way she wanted to give it to us. Back to same with him. I'm okay with stars, whether we know something to be true or not. If they want to present their lives to us and present us with the things they want us to know, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, fine. Like you get to, in some way you get to do that. So fine. Fast forward, now she has all of this going on. She's there. And I heard before they diagnosed her with the dementia, I thought to myself, because I seen that on Shameless, I said, I wonder if she has alcoholic dementia, And so I'm saying, I went all through that to say, I do think that that's what's wrong with Wendy. I think that's the reason why we're able to hear her speak lucid and sound like a person that has their good sense, because she's not drinking. I think the problem for her would be whatever substance abuse it is that she has an issue with, that probably agitates other health issues, right? Yes. You know what I'm saying? And so for that, because she's not of a sound mind in that way, I think that is the reason why you have somebody kind of come in and say, hey, like, let's help her out with this. Now, are they supposed to take advantage? No. And I do think, so in Wendy's case, it was like her son. It wasn't her that was spending her money.
Yeah, true.
It was somebody else. So I think for that, the bank did what it was supposed to do. Like that. That's the thing. The first person is gonna say is, "Why would you let them come and take this money? That's not me." You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah. So I think that I think there's this. It's just this fine line in which bad people exist, and so they take advantage where they can, and it's unfortunate because I think that most people are in places where they do it. But she probably does need somebody to guide her in that area, you know? I don't see it the same. I don't see it as the same thing because if it was her blowing her money, then I'd probably be like, well, if she spend it all, she spend it all. But if she's not in her right mind, then she's not in her right mind. You know what I mean? So it's not even her making that decision.
Okay, true. I understand that point. Then if she's okay, most times when people do have issues with maybe dementia or whatever, when it comes to their being put in a facility, okay, usually your relatives do have free reign to come in and out or whatever. You are not like, to me it seems like she's in prison where she's been controlled. And also, like, I feel usually in most situations, had Wendy Williams not had any money, this situation wouldn't even be going on with her. If she already was broke or whatever, she'd just be a broke woman out on the street somewhere. But because she's who she is, and evidently there's some kind of motive behind this to keep her locked away, she can't have a phone with internet. And I mean, some of that stuff to me is ridiculous. And usually if a person has dementia, you want them around familiar places. Not that they have to be locked away and they can't go anywhere. So now they're supposed to let her, she's supposed to be able to go as she please. But the first day she was supposed to have been able to do that, they called the cops on her and said she was kidnapped. Something to that situation. I don't know.
It's a really sad place to be, for her. Because like I said, I do think that there are these ins and outs that we don't know that makes the story feel like what is going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen I Care on Netflix?
I
Care a lot. It's a movie, and it's basically about people getting tricked into guardianships.
Okay.
And I watched this movie probably about 2 years ago, before I knew about Wendy Williams' case and the guardianship. But it's on Netflix, and what happened was there was a doctor and an attorney and a judge, and they were all in cahoots with each other. And what they would do is the doctor would find a person or one of their patients who was they believed to be, kind of alone by themselves, who had money. Well, what the first thing they would do is say they were not able to make their own decisions. So next thing you know, these people were losing their houses, didn't even know they had a court date, and they became the guardian. So as soon as they got them, they took them to a nursing home and started like pumping them up full of drugs. But long story short, the lady that they took, her son, it wasn't her money. Her son was like in some kind of like German mob or Russian mob or something. And they took this woman, and she was not this little elderly, feeble woman. She was like, her son was like a killer. And so she was kind of saying,
yeah, they didn't take who they thought they took.
Yes. And it was a good movie though.
I might watch that later on tonight.
It's a good movie. It's really good because then when I actually see what was going on with Wendy Williams, and then I watched Jamie That's Me, that's on YouTube. She did a kind of like a deep dive on different conservatorships, and they talked about different cases that had happened with. She brought up one guy who had got hurt and was getting workman's comp or whatever, and he was a construction worker. But either he won the lottery or something. I can't remember exactly, but he came into a lot of money. Well, he actually went back to work, but they had a conservator over him. And he was like trying to get out of this. And they even said that at one point, actress Sharon Stone was allegedly in a conservatorship where they took a lot of money from her because she had a stroke. And I want to say that they said somewhere around $30 million was taken from her.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I like you saying, like I said, I think those types of things do breed areas for people to be taken advantage of. Yeah. I think the saddest part about this for Wendy, in my opinion, is that she clearly does need she needs some help. Like she's not perfectly okay. But the issue is like it's the shame that it's possible you can't trust your family to be the person that does that. And so now you got this outsider who might possibly, be trying taking advantage. I mean, it certainly sounds like she's being taken advantage of. So I don't agree with the fact that she's being held. And like I said, it's kind of like the free Britney thing, but
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Britney, when she got from up under this conservatorship, now she kind of is running amok. Now maybe she ain't bothering nobody, and she not, I guess. But we see that she probably did need some guidance also,
Oh. With Brittany, I think that well, my thoughts on her is that she probably didn't get a chance to do all the things that she wanted to do. So you know how when you get a little bit of freedom, you start doing all the things that we would, as people that we're looking at and thinking, oh, she's a 40-something-year-old woman. Why is she doing this on the internet or whatever? Because she didn't get to do it when she was younger. And I just feel like with her, we see worse with regular people. So on the internet. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I said she ain't bothering nobody. I don't guess,
Yeah.
you know.
So how do you feel about this situation here? Let's let this go. About Don.
Almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it.
Okay. I got enough of that one. Yes, and she's getting lengthy. And I don't understand as a grown woman. I mean, if she wants to live in her car, that's fine. But why would she depend on this guy to help her get an apartment?
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, to me that I don't know. It just seems like I know someone else had mentioned something about her record deal she had with Raphael Sadiq wasn't right. When
I
they was
just remember her being pretty difficult. Last time I remember seeing her like just in the public arena, I think was R&B Divas. And she was so she had and I think her reputation preceded her as being difficult prior to, because that's the reason why In Vogue broke up between her and Maxine. And then like I said, we see her there and she was and difficult. I don't know if that's the right word, more so than maybe she is headstrong. I feel like this is an example of clickbait. Because I don't think that she is expressing herself in a situation of despair.
No.
Right, the way that when you hear somebody is homeless and living in their car.
Because she said she had an assistant. She said she had an assistant. She said she had an assistant. That's what Jenae Dupree was about.
Also, I think we don't realize, and I know this because I know a person personally, but we don't realize how many people, especially like today, are really opting to be in like van living or
yes, I follow a girl that does that. Yeah,
type of thing. So two things, and a lot of times, not even if it's a choice, but it could be a choice pushed on by circumstances. I'm not like, so as she was explaining that first part of her story, you know, she's like, well, I was with my mom and my mom started getting mean, and it's like, well, yeah, because she probably like, get the hell out, you know, because maybe she like, yeah, you just around, because I think that she's headstrong, and that's what I say, maybe difficult is not correct, because maybe whatever it is that she is going through, her journey in life, she seems to be perfectly fine with that, with the choices that she's making. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she said she researched it.
Yeah, you know, so I like to say, I think this is just an example of clickbait. I don't think that this was a cry for help. I think she was just doing what people do, getting on the internet, sharing their story. It got seen and taken, in my opinion, out of context. And I think she backed up and said that, you know, like she's got so many calls and messages, people are worried, and she said, don't be worried, you know. Yeah, so and then that's the right word. She's headstrong. She whatever decision she gonna make it, and ain't nobody about to tell her nothing else about it. And that's fine to be, as long as you can deal with your consequences. That's it. So and she seemed to be so fine, you know. Go girl. I don't know why she ain't got her ass on that stage with them 3 girls, but okay.
Because Maxine even went back.
Listen, like I said, I don't know why she ain't up there, but you know,
girl,
her convictions and her beliefs, and for whatever reason, you know, and so she making it work. So that's what I got for her. Gone girl.
Because Heidi, when Invoke came here for a free concert in the park, girl, I'm videoing everything, and I had posted it on the Instagram, and somebody goes, "Ooh, they sound horrible." I'm like, "That's me singing."
Oh Lord.
Because you know how you be videoing and I'm just singing all
this. God. You talking about that is not even them.
Yeah, that's me making all that. Look, with the my pastor's mother used to say, a joyful noise.
Yeah. Yes. What's our next story? We go moving on to Jonathan Majors.
Yes.
Let me go and get him out the way real quick.
Jonathan Majors.
Real quick. I feel like this is gonna be short and sweet. You know, Jonathan, listen, I am so sorry for all of that has happened to him. But I'm gonna tell you what, with Jonathan Majors, for me, I don't believe anything. And I'm not victim blaming, shaming. And maybe I should take it back when I say I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to help you get through it. I don't want to empathize. Like, I think that situation that at least brought him into my forefront, because I'm not a Marvel fan. So I had no idea who this man was before he was all through Instagram for being on trial with his ex-girlfriend. So I didn't know, you know, and everybody else seemed to know like who he was.
I seen him in several movies, but I didn't see him. I never watched any of the Marvel movies.
You may have seen him in something else, but like I said, I didn't know him by name, and I certainly didn't know him by face. You know, like, because I didn't. And so I got the idea that he was up and coming. His career was moving, but clickbait, whatever it is. When I saw that Instagram story going around of him, the recording with him telling that girl that he wanted a Coretta Scott King, I was done. I was more than done, because clearly that's a person who is mentally ill. telling this lady that he's looking for a Coretta Scott King. And she was nowhere in the vicinity of being a Coretta Scott King. So, you know, so clearly he has the mental illness, and that proved it to me. I didn't need nothing else. I didn't need nothing else. I was like, clearly this man is out of his mind. And I feel bad for Megan Good because I do think that's a PR relationship. Now, maybe they fell in love along the way, but I do think that that relationship was put together for imagery. And I think everything done after that is for this, is to clean his image, is to come back, is to try to figure out why we saw him chasing that girl down around New York City like he was a marathon track runner.
She was running after him.
Or what? Okay, right. That's what I say. Or was it her? But either way, don't no woman go chasing and running after no man like that if you not playing games with that girl man. You playing games with that girl man. That's why she was running through the streets of New York like that. So yeah, I don't like. I do feel bad, like I said, and I want him to heal and get the help he needs. And I want him to do it off the internet and take me out the group chat. Please and thank you.
So you don't think that Megan Good is the girl he was texting on the phone that night? That's what started the whole fiasco.
Oh, now I don't know. See, I never even thought about that. So no, I didn't think that. No, I didn't think that. And to be quite honest, where Megan Good is concerned, I'm still not willing to think it, because if her image that she presents is one of the virtuous woman, right? Then you wouldn't been texting some guy who got a live-in girl who are all in that, like, I wouldn't see her in that position. So if it was her that he was texting, now I got a side eye with you. Now you back on the side eye because we had the side eye on her when she went and married the pastor. You do all of these seductive roles, and yet you want us to see you as this virtuous, wholesome woman. You know, so most women don't act like that. That's that.
Mm-hmm.
That's that.
And that's why we had to get a divorce. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never saw her as a first lady.
Well, I feel like that's the problem with Megan Good. We getting a little off track, but the problem with her, in my opinion, is that we don't know what she said. You know what I mean? Like, no, we don't. And it's okay to not want to be put in a box, but that's what I'm saying. And this has been Megan Good's MO since she's been introduced to us. You know, even as a little girl. Of course, as a little girl, all kids, I think Drew Barrymore is probably the only kid that was presented to us as like a hell child. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Damien, you know, but Firestarter. That's what I'm saying. She was presented to us like some little demon child. You know what I mean? You know, but most times kids are presented in this cute little sweet, you know what I'm saying? They don't do anything wrong type of way. And so so she's had that good girl cookie cutter type of image as that adolescent, but even as she came into like the adulthood, it was like you see her one way and she is what looks to be shy and reserved, but then you watch her in movies and she's the opposite. And I get it, it's acting, right?
Yeah.
But who, like, again, here we go with men, like, who has those types of contrasts like that? You know what I mean? Like, and so that's what I mean. We just don't know. And so, like, we don't know where to put her. You married a pastor, and then you still kind of wear some of this, like, revealing, provocative type clothing, and it just doesn't mesh well, you know?
No, it does not.
So, like, right or wrong, it just doesn't. So that's what for me, what her issue is. And I thought she had kind of fixed it because she kind of stayed out the light. But now with this one, I don't know what's going on. Blink twice if you need help, honey. I think she drank the Kool-Aid because I'm not here for this Jonathan Majors makeover.
So here we got another person you're not here for that be acting horribly.
In a minute, y'all gonna be asking me, what are you here for?
So we got Mia Thornton. She says, hashtag.
Go by. Look, if Thirsty was a person, it is damn Mia Thornton. Okay, it is Mia Thornton. No, Mia, they don't want you over there trashing up the place over on Roa. Okay.
Look. Remember, she said they broke up, and Giselle said, "Yeah, just for."
Well, I need Giselle to tell me because I told y'all that they hadn't broke up. I said it. I said it way back when. Go back to the videos and look, baby. Y'all better make sure y'all subscribe to the channel because I'm telling y'all, I'll be dropping the tea before the tea even get dropped. Like, I'll be knowing the stuff. Okay, I'm 10 steps ahead. I knew Mia hadn't, and I told y'all the very reason why I knew it is because of the Mia Moore signature. I know for a fact she only started using that when she started dating him, and like I said, it was like a signal to each other, you know. And so again, when she said she broke up with him, she made the announcement. But everything she posted after that still had the Mia Moore signature. And I get it. It's a play off her name. She thought people were idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can still use it anyway. Yeah, you can. But you're still with that man. And you're still using it for the same purpose of, you know, what you was using it for in the beginning. So, yeah, are we surprised? No. Mia is an attention whore. She did not get any attention off those videos she tried to do with Gordon. So she just said, like Giselle said, if the public had not beat her up about that stuff going on with her kids and that DNA stuff, she would have been sitting in the sun, you know, with the public backing her up. So that's why we see this, because she needs some attention. She know that that's gonna get it. She like a kid, you know, a bad kid. Like, you know, you call them bad, they do bad stuff. So that's her.
Okay, so she wants to be on. She putting it out there, so she want to be on Raw.
Girl, she gotta go to over there to Zeus with that mess. She got.
Oh God! So
Jocelyn Hernandez. They go. That's the next one. That's the next one. What's her show? Cabaret.
The Cabaret. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, that'd be right up her alley.
Featuring, not even a guest star. Featuring Mia Moore Thornton. Okay, Mia Moore Thornton.
Yeah, she could be back on that stripper pole.
Well, she used to it, right?
Yeah. Come on.
I guess like riding a bike.
Yeah, I guess. So then we'll go over here and find out all the stuff between. We got the conversation that Toya had about the girls from Roa. But no, before I go there, hold on. I did want to do this story, and I thought I sent it to you. Hopefully so. Did you see this? This was trending. About the girl.
I did see it. And I listened to a little bit of her video. I don't know.
Look at this. Oh, they ain't gonna show it. She beat that girl in the head with that baton. Look at her.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like it. I don't know. I just left that story all the way along. because I feel like, and I think maybe I left that alone because I think me as a parent, it's just nothing nobody could tell me if that was my child on the ground. Like it would be nothing anybody could tell me. So yeah,
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
She's crying about it, but I'm like, you did that.
Yeah, that, again, it wouldn't be nothing nobody could tell me if that happened to my child. So I like I said, I think that's why I kind of stayed away from it because I don't know how I would have reacted.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the answer would be. Because if a person is telling me it was a mistake, again, there was nothing a person would be able to say to me about it.
Yeah. So then we got Roa versus Married to Medicine. And here we go.
You like it? Absolutely. Okay. I did. I like it a lot. It's a lot of Botox and fillers.
Oh, from who?
Which
from
I am not.
Who's doing the most?
Man, I saw Nicki Minaj on there. I saw Lil' Kim.
Who's Nicki and who's Kim?
You know, them two ponytails, and the other one was like this smile that was, it was like really.
Oh, they're not seeing the right doctors.
Yeah. My God.
They have to get married to medicine.
I mean, Jackie's the only one that does that gives fillers and Botox and stuff like that, but
and dissolvers possibly.
I don't know what, but that was a lot.
I get some too.
Okay.
You know,
it looks like you're still recovering.
It was. It's a lot to watch. It made me feel like I was watching this beautiful black soap opera.
Okay. You watched Premiere of Atlanta?
I did.
You like it?
Absolutely. Okay. I did. I like it a lot.
Okay. I know Toya done probably had some work done.
I mean, yeah, she get them too. Now, what I would say is, I remember the guys had that conversation last season, saying like, whose wives still look the same, and really, it would be Simone, Jackie, and Toya. Those are the three ladies that pretty much, for all intents and purposes, look the same way they did when we were introduced to them. Now, with camera and definition, you know what I mean? Like, and all of these things being upgraded, they all look better today. You know what I mean? Like when we see them. But I would also say they probably have had the least amount of work. I would give Simone as having none at all. Which you can see it, you know what I mean? Like you can see it. Toya is a little younger than me. I can see my.
No, she's not. Toya is 48.
Toya 48?
Yes.
I thought Toya was younger than me. Okay.
No.
Oh wow. Jeez, I didn't know Toya was no 48.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well. So going back to what I'm saying, like I said, at a certain age, no matter what, you can have the best skin, you can have the best skincare routine. Time does what it does. Your skin
it walks you down.
what it is made to do. You know, like, and that's it. Like, so I say that for myself. I am considering looking into some Botox for my own self as a form of maintenance. So everybody is doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we're not going, but some are extreme. So I think what she was really pointing out is that those ladies all do seem to have the same face. I get what she was saying, but she really didn't have to come for them like that. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't lying, and I do miss. And so, but I don't know why Married to Medicine allowed themselves to just get caught up in the rigmarole. Again, I always say this, it's going to sound like a broken record. Married to Medicine has managed to keep themselves separate from their housewife machine because they are different than those ladies. Like they're different in the way that they dress. They're different in the way that they spend their money. They different in the way that they hold their relationships, and they different in the way that they are still kind of like down to earth homegirls. They haven't been, swept up, most of them anyway, into this, this celebrity universe.
Yes.
So they all still look like regular girls.
Yeah.
And so Toya really is just expressing that okay, like they still look like regular girls, and everybody else looks like a blow up doll.
Yeah, they look plastic. Yeah, Toya will be 49 April 15th.
Oh, that's Jordan's birthday. Okay. But yeah,
Yes.
and I would give it to them, and I would give them, like say, Simone is probably the one for sure that's not had anything done. And I'm not saying that to be shady, but
No, I think she got a tummy tuck though.
Huh?
I think Simone had a tummy tuck.
Well, that's a joke because well. Okay. I guess she just had to get something. Like
I think she complained about it being bulged out too far or something. So she got.
I couldn't imagine being that size and laying on somebody's table for a tummy tuck. I just really couldn't imagine that. I'm baffled. I'm speechless. Like really, I'm speechless at that. She is like a size 6. Like I'm speechless.
Do you remember the episode where her sister comes there and they were talking about Simone's weight?
Not really.
And she was this couple seasons ago, but she was basically calling Simone big.
Now Simone probably is short. You know what I mean? Like so maybe, weight looks different. You know what I mean? Like if you're shorter versus taller. I don't know. You listen, Black people have that bad about commenting on people's weight. Dr. Jackie does it a lot, which is very offensive and I say this because I guess to some people in their eyes, I've been both small and big. You know what I mean? And so no matter which one, it always bothered me if a person had something to say about my weight. You know what I mean? Like before you say anything, like, oh, you're so skinny. Oh, you gained a lot of weight. And so I actually would tell people, like, that's not a greeting. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. And like you don't know.
Yeah, like so much weight. Like that's not greeting. How are you?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it would always get me to be the people who's bigger than you that would say, "Oh, you gained so much weight." I'm like, what?
Well, and that's how people I end up on people's shit lists because it'll be the people like you bigger than me, and you comment on how small I am. That like say, oh, you had all those kids and you ain't gained no weight. Like, yeah, no, you want some? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want some of this? Oh man,
yeah, it's always because I was always so small. So people when they say, "Oh," I'm like, really? And you're bigger than me, and you that's not.
And I've always been small, and then I got heavy, and then now today. I've kind of like mellowed out. Like I lost some of the weight, and I'm still bigger than I had been. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in this mid section, which for me is comfortable. Like for me, I'm at my goal weight. You know what I mean? Like I always had a goal weight for myself that I felt like I would be comfortable at, and I'm there. You know what I mean? I think I'm maybe give or take 5 pounds here, but. But yeah, get it. No matter the day, honey. No matter the day, I still look better than most people walking around here. So like,
that's true. I know that's right, honey. I still look good in the 2-piece. What you talking?
Right, no matter the day, okay. Like it doesn't matter, big or small. Okay, please understand. I'm filling these clothes out better than most. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So then we have Shamia talking about Brett Eady. We'll go there.
You in the circle.
I would say Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly, I love Kelly.
I was gonna say her cookbook is sitting out over there. Is that always sitting there? Or you put it out
always sitting there, and I always use her 24K Nana chicken waffle syrup. That was a free endorsement for you, girl.
On the flip side, is there anybody that you learned you could not trust in this circle?
Yes, unfortunately, I came into the circle liking Britt Edie, and now I'm just not a fan of hers at all.
Okay, yeah, because you and Kelly just went on the radio and said, that's our least favorite person in our group right now. What happens there to cause that switch?
Well, honestly, it's unfortunate because initially we were all really cool. And I think when Kelly and Britt had a little rift in their friendship, she kind of turned on me. And I'm like, I don't have a dog in the fight. I like you both the same. And then it was all this like, and I'm like, what did I do? I'm just.
Her energy did not match
the
situation.
Yeah, and then she, I feel like kids are off limits. She just kind of went there, and you'll see it later in the season. I mean, she went there about my youngest, Shiloh, and that's a really sensitive spot for me. So I just felt like, I don't want to be associated. I don't want to be around, and it was too much for me.
Crossed the line.
What do you think about that?
I was telling you the pause in the middle.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to bring up, like, do you see Shamia kind of giving that little like the extra? Okay, I just want to make sure it ain't just me, like, and I ain't making it up, right?
So, I wonder
she wasn't giving us that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if because
somebody got in her head about whatever their status is, honey. But listen, I feel like they need to get a ring on the girls, and maybe the girls just feel like they need to, keep the buzz going because they want to have a good season. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's like I don't like when a person says so much without saying anything at all. You did not kind of threw the girl under the bus by saying that she came for your youngest daughter in some type of way. And I can't imagine what it is that she may have said, but I imagine that anything surrounding that topic would be something you would, judge as you done went too far. Because I have my own opinion about Shamia, and even the whole idea that she is wanting to get pregnant again. It's not my business. It's not for me to decide or anything, but I don't understand. I don't understand women who you have, and then you telling me how hard this is for you to have your daughter with her special needs, and you got this over here, that, you know what I mean? A therapist for this, a therapist for that. You at the doctor, you busy, you don't know what to do. And then the next thing you want to cry and worry about is, oh, I really want to grow my family some more. And I think as a woman, initially, you're not supposed to judge it. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to just be like, oh, but I feel like as a woman and as a mom, I do want to question that, because you just told me how hard this life is for you. And so now I'm wondering, why would you, what is the need to want more? What is the need to not be satisfied or to not figure out, that formula with what you have? I don't know. Like, so like I said, I can't imagine what the girl did say about her daughter, but I imagine anybody having anything to say would put her in that mood, But listen, I don't know what the lady said either, but I can't help but think she might have said something along the lines of what I'm saying, which is she probably needs to spend some more time with her daughter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I am not judging nobody. I'm just saying. What, you agree?
I mean, because the baby's only 15 months old. I mean, like, trying to grow it. I was never the kind that wanted to grow a family. So I was never the one to say, oh, when this baby get 2, I'm going to have that was not the kind of mom I was. So, every time I got pregnant, it was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Here come another one, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a good point because I feel like maybe for myself as well, maybe I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who unfortunately was unable to have any children, and we would have conversations at times. And listen, my personality in general is just one that I try to find solution. I don't really. I think I do that. I dwell in the in the mix of stuff in my own head about my stuff. But for the most part, I'm a try to get a solution, and I'm a move on, move forward type of girl. So even as I'm being a friend and I'm listening and offering support to my friend, part of my support would be to offer solution. And not to sit and wallow in those feelings, right?
Yeah.
So, but so to your point, we've had this conversation where I've expressed to her that, unfortunately for me, I had all three of my children by the time I was 25. And so I don't know what it is like to have met the, man of your dreams, get married, and then all of a sudden you have I don't know what it is to go through that. And I don't know what it is to be told that I can't, because my children came easily. I didn't have any problems with them. Everything was perfect as I could have it go. So I don't, you know what I mean? So, but what I do know, being pregnant and carrying my children and going through labor, I know that feeling. I know that feeling of every time I was pregnant, the worry of carrying a baby and making sure you get it to term, like that the baby's healthy, that you know what I mean? Like that's a whole nother beast. And see, and that's what I tell moms is that's the shit none of us talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like you just hear everybody showing their kids and how, and it is a beautiful thing to have kids and, watch them become young adults and, and you bear some fruits of your labor from them. And all of those things are wonderful. But I also think that I understand that people have a place in life. I understand that as women, even as humans, the ability to be able to do something doesn't give you access to it. You know what I'm saying? So you are a woman, but maybe some women are not able to have children, and being a woman doesn't guarantee you the possibility of being a mom. It doesn't, but again, I don't know what it's like to have to be faced with that. So I don't know what those emotions are. And so I think I do feel I have empathy for someone who has that strong desire and they're not able to complete that and to see that through. I have empathy for that, but I don't have as much empathy for the ones who, even through the struggle of infertility and what have you, have managed to get a family and have children through that. I'm not. You can't get me on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? For another miracle, like that. I think that's what it is. It's kind of like you get one miracle and you got the nerve to ask for two. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe it's because she has already have her eggs already, fertilized and everything, like when Candy had a dilemma, what they were going to do with the eggs.
Yeah, you're right. Now that could be. But I mean, but again, you know what I'm saying? Because I think this would be her lesson with Shiloh and probably lessons to everybody is that no matter how much you plan and piece together something, you don't get to, you know what I mean? Like you don't really get to come out with the perfect product. You know what I'm saying? Like God is still in control of these things. So, again, So you're right. Maybe that is, and I do understand that. Like, oh, you got these eggs. I don't know why that's not the conversation, but yeah, you got these eggs, and maybe you need to figure out what you want to do with them. I understand that conversation, but yeah, like I said, I don't understand. You get one miracle, and then you turn around and ask for two. I think that's something that's kind of selfish. It's entitled. It's all those things, and even when you got the money to do so. It's greedy. It's, like it's all of it. And I don't understand it. And I hate that's an unpopular opinion. Sorry. But yeah, I think that baby would be a lesson in that to me and for other people. Because that, like I say, you get to pick. Like, so I think she even said it like, oh, they could do the testing for for those things, but they didn't prior to
I was just going to say, then they do those tests.
I mean, like so, like all of those things, like no matter what we have come through with science, and you're able to bring life and have families in so many different ways. So yeah, I like when a person telling me they almost died giving birth to their child. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Now I tell people the funniest thing about giving birth to your children is the fact that what we say, like it hurt like hell, but once it's over, it's like you forget all about it. Like, like it just go all the way. Like, and it's really strange the way that happened, y'all. Like, no lie, though. Like, no lie. Like, I put that baby in my arms, and I was like, oh, okay. Like they down there sewing up. I ain't felt a thing. Like,
really?
No, yeah, really.
I never had a vaginal birth, so I don't know. So
I had 3. Yeah, 3. Girl, yeah. Now listen, I tell you, I tell you, of course, vaginal births would be the best because yes, your body just go back. And stuff like that is what I do understand women want to feel, because that is amazing. Like I had my oldest son with no drugs at all. Like I could literally feel the doctor pulling him. Like I felt him come from up under my ribs. Like, oh.
I don't gotta feel it, girl. No, I said, give me that epidural. Give it to me.
I'm just saying, it's just an amazing.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
How the body works. Yeah,
are able to do. You know what I'm saying, and that your body can do that. Like that. Like I think, like I said, I said the baby was out before the doctor did, because I could feel it. Like I was like, oh, he out. Thank you, Jesus.
I was like when my daughter was having her daughter, and it looked like my grandbaby was low crawling out. I said, look at this. Because I've never experienced it. Me and my husband up there, girl, he almost passed out.
That's how my brother was with his.
My daughter had so many people in that room. It was ridiculous.
I mean, but so like I said, I don't know what she had to say, but I'm thinking she probably had to hear something like that to say.
Yeah.
And like I said, not even being judgmental, I'm not even sure how you got time to be a full-time housewife with that type of thing on your back. But I'm not judging. She has help. Cool.
Yes, 24-hour nurses.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, but then I guess the way I see it too is when you have another baby that's after this baby, because unless something happens miraculously and she can do for herself or whatever, she's always going to kind of be that baby. So. Right.
Well, I think I recall Shamia kind of. I think she did a radio interview. Maybe it was with Angela Yee. I think this is the interview I was listening to with her, and she was saying that she explained what her daughter's condition is, and really, because her daughter was premature, and also she is missing a chromosome. So there's a lot of things like kind of like from head to toe, you know, like that's kind of wrong with the baby, or that the baby has to overcome, I should say, her daughter. But what she said is that the doctors have told them that she will reach all of her milestones. It just is going to take her longer.
Okay.
So, right. So, and that sounds really hopeful. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You know.
Okay.
So I was just saying, like. So she said that she had just started like walking. You know what I mean? So
okay. So I didn't know what her prognosis were. So I just assumed. So she said 24-hour nurses that baby had a lot of stuff going on.
That has to do with some of the other functional things that's going on. Like the baby has like a G tube and it's some other little stuff. What she said, like they got her nose, because at first like she couldn't breathe out her nose. I think she didn't have her nostrils weren't open or something like that. It was just a lot, you know. It was a lot. And again, and maybe that's where my man come from too, is just because I've not had to. My oldest son was the only baby that I did have to take him back to the hospital. He had jaundice when he was born. So I had to take him back. They had to put him in the little incubator under the lights. And listen, honey, I boo-hooed like a little, like God, like somebody was, I don't know, killing me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he was a newborn. No more than maybe 2 weeks old. But the point they kept stressing to me that I had to keep him under the lights, you know, like to help the levels go down or something. But like when he would start crying and, you know, he would get irritated, I wanted to take him out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just saying this to say, you know, like, and listen, and like that, the scale of what we were there for is so small to what people are in the NICU and at the, you know what I'm saying, on that floor 4. So I'm not really comparing. I'm not trying to compare that experience. But what I'm saying is the emotions that I felt, I couldn't imagine being there for something more serious than even that, because I was a basket case just with that little bit. You know what I mean? Like, so. Like you telling me it's a hole in the heart, and then like, girl, be like, Jesus, just take me now. Shit, like,
so you had a heart murmur?
Oh, not my baby, but I'm saying, I think Shamia's daughter.
Okay.
Yes, like I said, she had a lot of different things. She was premature, first of all, you know, and then like I said, and she's missing. I can't remember what chromosome she said, but she is gone. So whenever something like that is missing, there's something that's going to come from that, you know. But I mean, but we wish her nothing but luck. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we'll find out whatever the girl said during the season.
During the season,
but that's all. That's all I got. Rolla is on.
Oh, is it on?
Girl, yes. So
girl,
we can see why.
Talk about Drew on the recap in this tired storyline, okay? Because
did you see that Dennis? What Dennis had said?
I saw him say not too much on this baby mama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, so it's really strange to me that Drew would have a storyline that doesn't include the person underneath the stairs.
Yeah, I know that's the man under the stairs.
Yeah. The man under the stairs. Like, I don't know how your storyline don't include him. I don't know how your storyline includes somebody else's child's father.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
Girl.
And then she gonna
burn this damn badass wig.
Bad wigs, bad lies, bad life, bad story, all of it. Bad.
Portia called her low down dirty.
Low, and she is a low down dirty snake. And she is. Yes. That's like, listen, she from the west side of Chicago, clearly. I'm saying. She's not from where we from. She not from where the solid Chicagoans from. That girl ain't solid as nothing. She is a scam.
Yeah, she seems to lie a lot.
Mm-hmm. She is from the west side of Chicago.
That's our recap. Please get down in the comments and let us know what you guys think about the stories we have brought forward today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Brandi Jenae's page. And please like, share, and comment on her page too. And I thank you for your time. Y'all have a good Sunday evening. We'll be back Monday.
Yes, Monday.
Should be all 3.
Hopefully, we're going to see, I guess. We got to get in the chat.
Okay.
Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the bell notification number because we don't know when we going live. So you need to hit the bell notification. That way you just be notified when we go live.
Yes. There you go.
When y'all getting these comments, we'll start to be more regular on time. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't say that. Get them together. Get out the goddamn bushes and talk to us. But that would be it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All
with
right.
our recap of Roa.
Have a good night.